It's a conglomeration of local communal organizations throughout the United States and Canada. There are some 250 federations throughout this particular region, and they work together to advance values, advance ideals, kind of pull their resources together. This is the largest mainstream organization of Jewish communal life that there is here in the United States. So a very influential, large, well-built organization, and they're using what muscle they have right now to try to, I wouldn't say put pressure, but at least make the Israeli government known at this point that this is really, the judicial reform is really raising red flags and setting off alarm bells within Jewish communal life. Eric Fingerhut, the president and CEO of the Jewish Federations of North America, led this 30-member emergency delegation to Israel, about a 24-hour trip. I'm actually going to have a chance to speak with Fingerhut in a little bit here. We'll have more on that this weekend. He said it was to show American Jewish love for their brothers and sisters in Israel at such a critical time, but there's no doubt that judicial reform was top and probably the only item on the agenda during their short stay here. They met with the likes of President Isaac Herzog, Yair Lapid, the opposition leader, Benny Gantz, former defense minister. On the coalition side, Minister of Economy Nir Barkat, the architect of this judicial reform, member of Knesset Simcha Rothman, and also member of Likud, Danny Danon. They also, from my understanding, met with the head of the Kohelet Forum, the organization in Israel that kind of laid out the roadmap for this judicial reform. So a lot of meetings in a short amount of time. What came out of that? The organization released a statement saying that they urged the plan laid out by President Herzog to serve as a baseline for talks going forward to make sure that the essence of Israeli democracy, which is majority rights but minority protections and an independent judiciary, are all left in place and whatever plan is finally put together. They said if this plan moves forward as it is right now, it could have a very negative impact on North American Jewry's relationship with Israel. This is no surprise to anybody who lives here in the United States and follows this issue, Calev, but to have it out there right in the faces of some of the people directly involved with this issue in Israel, I think that's the point that the Jewish federations were trying to make here, is we can no longer talk behind the scenes. This has to be front and center so nobody can come back and say later, hey, we just didn't realize.
Right. I'm just going to add to that, Mike. Actually, that meeting between the JNF delegation and Kohelet did attract a handful of demonstrators outside when that took place, and a much bigger demonstration, as I mentioned, when AIPAC, which did not come here to discuss the judicial reforms, I want to clarify that, separate, but they actually had a quite sizable demonstration outside their hotel in Jerusalem, urging AIPAC, the very influential pro-Israel lobby, to take an active role in this debate, something that, of course, it is loath to do, it, seeing it as an internal Israeli affair. Mike Wagenheim, there in New York City, thank you for that.